What if I told you there's a country where you can live like royalty for less than the cost of a pizza in Manhattan? A place where ancient Silk Road cities still stand, where women dance freely in nightclubs, despite being in a Muslim majority nation, and where golden teeth are considered high fashion. Welcome to Uzbekistan, the world's most misunderstood country. Today, we're uncovering 15 shocking truths about Central Asia's hidden gem. From walking on ropes 50 meters above the ground, to cooking rice in 7-ton cauldrons, to living in a region that's landlocked twice. By the end, you'll see why $10 a day isn't just possible here. It's a luxury lifestyle. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss what comes next. Most people assume Uzbekistan is ultra-conservative. Women covered head to toe, silent, obedient. But walk through Tashkent on a summer afternoon, and you'll see something completely different. Uzbek women wear short skirts, sleeveless tops, fitted jeans, and heels. When temperatures hit 45 degrees Celsius, fashion looks more like Milan than the Middle East. Traditional clothing, embroidered dresses, headscarves exists, but it's reserved for weddings, festivals, or religious ceremonies, not daily life. In cities, women run businesses, teach at universities, anchor news programs, and manage teams of men. Public transport still follows old-school courtesy. Men give up seats, help with bags, open doors. Not because women are seen as weak, but because respect is woven into the culture. Here's the kicker. 17.5% of Uzbekistan's politicians are women. That's third highest among former Soviet states, right behind Belarus and Latvia. Russia? Only 9.8%. And yes, Uzbek women date foreigners. Marriage is complicated, but flirting? Easy. Uzbekistan officially bans polygamy. If a man is caught living with multiple wives, he faces fines or prison. Most urban Uzbeks oppose it strongly. But here's the reality. 90% of the population is Muslim, and according to Islamic law, a man can marry up to 4 wives if he provides for them equally. In rural areas and conservative communities, second and third marriages happen quietly. These unions follow traditional Islamic ceremonies, but aren't registered with the government, which means second wives have no legal rights, no inheritance, no pension, no protection. So why do women agree? Economics, social pressure. In a society that values marriage, being a second wife is sometimes preferable to being alone. Would you ever consider a life with 4 spouses? Let us know in the comments. If you think Uzbekistan shuts down at sunset, you've never been to Tashkent. By day, the city is calm. By night, it transforms. Downtown streets fill with white Chevrolets streaming toward clubs, rooftop bars, and lounges. The TV tower glows. Deep house music pulses from Eastern European-style pubs. DJs spin until 3 or 4 in the morning. Some cafes stay open 24 hours. Students, couples, and young professionals gather to talk, work, or just pass the time. Uzbek women go out at night, and it's not taboo. They dress stylishly, order cocktails, discuss work, and dance under LED lights. Street performers play guitar on sidewalks. Girls sing, crowds clap. It feels like Paris or Madrid. Even after 11 p.m., the old city near Chorsu Bazaar comes alive. Food stalls sizzle with kebabs. Laughter echoes under the stars. Tashkent doesn't sleep. It just changes rhythm. Uzbekistan has no coastline. That's not unusual. But here's what is. It's doubly landlocked. That means every neighboring country is also landlocked. Only two nations in the world meet this criteria: Uzbekistan and Liechtenstein, covering 448,000 square kilometers, roughly the size of California. Uzbekistan is Central Asia's third largest country. It's home to over 35 million people, more than 80% of whom are ethnic Uzbeks. It's the most populous country in the region, and despite being surrounded by deserts and mountains, it boasts a 99% literacy rate. The official language is Uzbek, but Russian is widely spoken. Sunny days, 265 per year. Summers hit 45 degrees Celsius. Winters drop to -20. This harsh climate is what makes Uzbekistan's melons some of the sweetest in the world. Uzbekistan was once the beating heart of the Silk Road. Traders traveling from Europe to China had to pass through here. Mathematicians, astronomers, explorers, all roads led through Central Asia. Today, cities like Tashkent, Samarkand, and Bukhara remain living museums. Stunning architecture, rich history, vibrant culture. These aren't ruins, they're thriving destinations that attract travelers from around the globe. If you want early access to our next adventure, hit that notification bell. Who walks on a tightrope 50 meters in the air just for applause? In Uzbekistan, it's not crazy, it's celebrated. Called dorboz, this tradition is as respected as football or weddings. During festivals like Navruz, Independence Day, or summer village celebrations, performers walk thin ropes strung between buildings or high stages. They wear long white robes, traditional hats, and soft shoes. Drums beat. Crowds hold their breath. Dorboz isn't a hobby. It's a centuries-old art passed down through generations. Some families have practiced it for hundreds of years. So if you're in Uzbekistan and people are staring at the sky instead of their phones, look up. A rope walker is probably performing above you. Would you be brave enough to watch without closing your eyes? When you hear Karakalpakstan, you might think it's an independent nation. It's not. It's an autonomous republic inside Uzbekistan. Here's the shocking part. Karakalpakstan covers almost 40% of Uzbekistan's land. That's nearly half the country. Yet the UN and every nation recognize it as part of Uzbekistan, not a separate state. Despite having only 2 million people, Karakalpakstan has its own parliament, constitution, and a clause that once allowed it to hold a referendum for independence. That clause was recently removed by the central government, sparking protests in 2022. The Karakalpak people have their own Turkic language, traditional clothing, domed houses, and a culture rooted in fishing and animal husbandry. The Savitsky Art Museum in Nukus holds tens of thousands of avant-garde works, a secret cultural treasure. Life is hard here. Few resources, minimal industry, no skyscrapers. Many Karakalpaks leave for better opportunities elsewhere in Uzbekistan, but the dream of independence runs deep. Uzbekistan opens the world's second largest open-pit gold mine, Muruntau. Gold isn't just exported, it's part of daily life. Domes are decorated with it, bread is dusted with it, and teeth covered in it. Yes, golden teeth. Especially among women in rural areas. It's a tradition that's been going on for decades. For many first-time visitors to Central Asia, it's a striking sight. Here, golden teeth work like expensive watches or designer bags in the West. The more you have, the wealthier you appear. Dental clinics offer gold-plated, gold-capped, and even fully gold teeth. Some see it as a portable savings account. In times of need, you can convert it to cash. while young urban generations prefer modern white teeth. A golden smile is still fashionable in the countryside. It's not uncommon to see grandmothers with grins, bright enough to light up a room. Weddings in the West are often catered affairs. Hotels, chefs, plated courses. But in Uzbekistan, a wedding means the whole village cooks together. Uzbeks have a tradition called osh, communal rice cooking. You're not just invited to dinner. You help stir the cauldron. Before the wedding, preparations begin at the groom's house. Close male relatives and neighbors. Fathers, uncles, best friends, neighborhood elders gather around massive rice cauldrons. Some chop carrots, others fry meat, others tend the fire. Hot green tea is served around the cauldron. If you ask an Uzbek why they don't just hire a caterer, they'll say, family bonds can't be bought. This shared meal isn't just about eating, it's about bonding, sharing stories, and creating memories no catered event could match. The rice itself is legendary. Uzbekistan broke the Guinness World Record with a 15,000-pound, nearly 7-ton batch of plov. That's right. This national rice dish requires industrial equipment and turns cooking into a public spectacle, feeding thousands. Despite being surrounded by dry deserts, Uzbekistan has a vibrant festival calendar year-round. The most famous is Nowruz, celebrated March 21st, the traditional Persian New Year. Across the country, folk dances break out. Massive plov feasts are prepared. Ritual bonfires are lit. Sweet pastries called sumalak are made. Next is the Silk and Spices Festival, held in May in the legendary ancient trade city of Bukhara. This festival lets Central Asian merchants recreate Silk Road markets with silk, ceramics, spices, herbs, traditional instruments, and magic carpet trades. In summer, Karakal, Pakistan hosts a melon festival. These aren't ordinary melons. They're cultivated using centuries-old techniques and produce perfect fruit that can change your understanding of what a single bite should taste like. In October, Tashkent hosts the Tashkent International Film Festival, the largest in the region, showcasing art films from around the world. But perhaps the most impressive celebrations are unplanned street events. Wedding processions march through city streets with traditional drums and dances. Communities gather for songs and dances that haven't changed in centuries. This is the moment you've been waiting for. The cost of living in Uzbekistan is among the lowest on earth compared to American or European standards. Here, in one day, you can live comfortably for the price of a single dinner in New York. A meal at a local restaurant costs $3 to $5, 96 to 160 Turkish liras. A Western-style meal, $10 to $15. A cappuccino, just $1.50, 48 Turkish liras. Much cheaper than a Starbucks in Los Angeles, which costs $5. Rent is shockingly affordable. A one-bedroom apartment in central Tashkent costs $250 to $400 per month. 8,000 to 12,800 Turkish liras. Outside the center, $150 to $250. Transportation is practically free. A single metro ride in Tashkent costs 14 cents. 14 cents. A monthly unlimited metro pass, $3. Utilities, electricity, water, gas run about $30 to $50 per month for a small apartment. Internet, $10 for high-speed fiber. If you cook at home, groceries for one person cost about $100 to $150 per month. Fresh bread from a tandoor oven, 20 cents. A kilogram of tomatoes, 60 cents. A kilogram of beef, $4. Healthcare is affordable too. A doctor's visit costs $5 to $10. Prescription medications, a fraction of Western prices. So yes, living like a king on $10 a day is possible in Uzbekistan. Not just surviving, thriving. And that was Uzbekistan, a country where ancient traditions meet modern life, where golden teeth sparkle in smiles, where rice is cooked by the ton, and where you can live like royalty for less than a pizza in Manhattan. Would you ever consider moving to a place like this? A land where the Silk Road still whispers through the streets, and $10 a day buys you a life most people only dream of? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed discovering one of the world's most misunderstood countries, don't forget to subscribe to 3 Dot Discovery for more stories like this.